Welcome back to Nick Wealth, where we dissect the brutal truth about modern money and how to escape the rat race. If you are in your 30s and feel financially suffocated, you are not alone, and it is not entirely your fault. The economic landscape has shifted dramatically, making the financial rules that worked for your parents completely obsolete in today's market. We are living through a silent crisis where the middle-class dream is slowly fading away into a nightmare of debt. Housing prices relative to income have doubled, meaning you have to work twice as hard just to survive the basics. Your salary might look decent on paper, but its purchasing power has been eroded by inflation and soaring living costs. The standard advice of go to school, get a job, and buy a house is now a trap for many. You are running out of time to fix this because the financial decisions you make now will define your life. Today, we are going to map out the exact strategy you need to pivot from surviving to actually building wealth. We call this the gap strategy, a ruthless approach to money management that ignores feelings and focuses entirely on math. If you do not change your mindset immediately, you risk waking up at 50 with nothing but regret and debt. The world does not care about your struggles, so you must build a fortress of financial security for yourself now. We need to stop bleeding money and start treating your personal finances like a business that needs to turn a profit. Forget about cutting small expenses for a moment, because that is not the root cause of your financial stagnation today. The problem is much bigger than your daily latte. It is a fundamental misalignment between your income and your lifestyle. Real estate has become a luxury asset class, leaving the average earner completely locked out of the property ownership game. Wages have stagnated for decades, while the cost of education, healthcare, and housing has skyrocketed beyond all reasonable logic. Your parents could support a family on a single income, but that reality is now a historical artifact, not reality. Job security is a myth in an era where layoffs are common and loyalty to companies is rarely rewarded anymore. Credit cards and easy loans are the traps designed to keep you working forever just to pay off the interest. You are standing at a pivotal moment where you must choose between comfort now or freedom for the rest of life. We must wake up and realize that no one is coming to save us from this financial mess except ourselves. Governments will continue to print money, devaluing your savings, so holding cash is a guaranteed way to lose your wealth. Trying to get rich by just working harder at a normal job is like running up an escalator going down. We need to shift our focus entirely from cutting coupons to explosively increasing the amount of money flowing into your pocket. Skipping your morning coffee is fine, but it will not make you a millionaire if your income remains dangerously low. Canceling subscriptions saves you $20, but you need thousands of dollars to bridge the gap to financial freedom. You cannot drive a clunker of a career on the highway of the modern economy and expect to win the race. If your income is the water, your lifestyle inflation is the hole in the bucket that you must plug immediately. The harsh reality is that a $40,000 salary today is poverty wages in almost any major developed city. We must tip the scales back in your favor by attacking the income side of the equation with aggressive action. The trap is thinking that you can budget your way out of a crisis that requires an income revolution. You are hanging by a thread, and one emergency could send you falling into a cycle of debt you cannot escape. Savings accounts are useless if you have nothing left to save at the end of the month after paying bills. It is time to rewire your brain to stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a ruthless producer. Your ego is the enemy because it tells you that you deserve things you cannot afford to impress people who do not care. You must be willing to look poor for a few years so that you can actually be rich for the rest. The gap strategy is simply widening the distance between what you earn and what your ego demands that you spend. If you drive a car that costs half your annual salary, you are actively destroying your future to look good today. Delete the shopping apps that trigger your impulses because convenience is the enemy of your financial discipline and long-term goals. Cooking at home is not just about health. It is a strategic move to reclaim capital that belongs in your investment account. As your income grows, your spending must remain frozen in time, creating a surplus that becomes your engine for wealth. You will have to say no to friends and fun temporarily, which requires a level of discipline most people lack. Build a wall around your lifestyle so that no matter how much money you make, your cost of living never rises. We call this the lifestyle freeze, and it is the single most effective tool for rapid wealth accumulation in your 30s. Commit to this freeze for exactly 730 days, giving yourself 2 years to completely transform your financial foundation. During these 2 years, you are not living. You are executing a mission to buy your freedom for the future. You are patching the holes in your financial ship so that when the tide rises, you actually float instead of sinking. The order of operations is critical. Kill high-interest debt, build a safety net, and then funnel everything into assets. High-interest debt is a financial cancer that must be cut out immediately before you can even think about investing. Save $2,000 as a rapid emergency fund so that a flat tire does not force you back into debt. Once the debt is gone, every single spare dollar must go into assets that pay you while you sleep. Now let's talk about how to supercharge your income using the tools that most people are too lazy to learn. Artificial intelligence is the great equalizer, allowing one person to do the work of 10 if they know the prompts. What used to take 18 months to learn can now be mastered in 6 weeks if you use AI as a tutor. Use AI to learn high-value skills like coding, copywriting, or data analysis at a speed that was previously impossible. Remote work is not just a perk, it is a geographic arbitrage strategy that can double your disposable income overnight. Earn a salary from New York or London while living in a place where your rent is a fraction of the cost. That difference in rent is not savings. It is capital that can be deployed into the market to build your fortune. Convince your boss to let you go remote or find a new job that understands the future of work is digital. You still have the energy to pull this off, but that window of opportunity is closing faster than you think. This is not a drill. This is the final countdown before your habits cement into a permanent lifestyle of mediocrity. Once you hit 40, the labor market becomes less forgiving, and your energy levels will naturally start to decline. Look at the elderly people struggling today and realize that is your future if you do not take drastic action now. You need to attack your financial goals with the intensity of a predator because your survival actually depends on it. Write down your number, the exact amount of money you need to be free, and do not stop until you hit it. Read everything you can about money because financial literacy is the language of the wealthy that you were never taught. Turn off the sports game, put down the controller, and use those evening hours to build a second stream of income. A side hustle is not about extra pocket money. It is about diversifying your income so you are never dependent on one boss. It will be slow at first, and you will feel like nothing is happening, but you must trust the compounding process. This journey is lonely because most people are content to complain rather than do the hard work required to change. Let them laugh at your frugality now, because in 10 years, they will be asking you how you retired so early. Keep your vision clear in your mind, because that vision is the fuel that will get you through the hard days. Every day you wait is a day of compound interest you can never get back, so procrastination is literally costing you millions. There are no excuses left. Only choices that you make every single time you open your wallet or swipe your card. I am challenging you right now to take control of your destiny before the system decides your future for you. You have the power to change this narrative, but it requires a level of sacrifice that you have never given before. Imagine waking up 2 years from now with zero debt, a stack of cash, and a career that pays you well. That feeling of relief is worth every missed party, every old car, and every late night you spend working right now. Break the chains of consumerism that have held you back and step into the arena of wealth creation where you belong. Knowledge without action is just entertainment, So do not let this video be just another thing you watched and forgot. Open your banking app right now and set up an automatic transfer that makes saving money happen before you can spend it. Lay the first brick of your empire today, and then lay another one tomorrow. And do not stop for anything. The climb is hard, the air is thin, but the view from the top of financial freedom is absolutely worth it. Map out your next 5 years with precision, because a goal without a plan is just a wish that will never happen. Let the GAP strategy be your compass, guiding you through the noise of the market and the distractions of daily life. Make a contract with yourself today that you will not settle for a life of mediocrity and financial stress anymore. Your future self is begging you to make these hard choices now so that they can live a life of abundance. This is Nick Wealth signing off, reminding you that your financial freedom is waiting on the other side of hard work. Thank you for watching Nick Wealth. Subscribe now to master your money, build your future, and escape the financial trap. The race has begun and you are already behind, so pick up the pace and start sprinting towards your financial goals. Tighten your belt, sharpen your mind, and prepare for a season of intense focus that will change your life forever. We want your cup to run over, not because you are lucky, but because you engineered your life to create surplus. You are the farmer of your own fortune, and the seeds you plant in your 30s will feed you in your 60s. Do not let your potential wither on the vine because you are too afraid to take the necessary risks today. The answers you seek are not in a lottery ticket. They are in the books and courses that teach you value. Discipline is the key that unlocks the door, but consistency is the muscle that pushes it open and keeps it open. Just like muscles grow under tension, your wealth grows under the pressure of discipline and the resistance of temptation. Aim for steady, boring progress every single month, rather than looking for a magic button that does not exist. You do not need the new phone. You need the stock of the company that makes the phone in your portfolio. Stop following the herd to the slaughterhouse of debt and start thinking like the wolf who leads his own pack. Be the wolf, be independent, and be ruthless about protecting the resources you have gathered for yourself and your family. This is not just about money. It is about buying back your time so you can spend it with people you love. The sand is running out, and you cannot flip the hourglass over. So make the remaining time count for everything. Track your spending, track your income, and track your net worth, because what gets measured gets managed and improved. Scrutinize every dollar that leaves your account as if it were an employee that you are paying to work for you. Wealth is built one coin at a time, one decision at a time, and one day at a time, without exception. This is a marathon, not a sprint, but you need to start running now if you want to finish strong. Get up, dust yourself off, and get back on the path, because your financial freedom is the only prize that matters. Let your plan be the lighthouse that keeps you from crashing into the rocks of impulsive spending and bad debt. The possibilities are infinite for those who are willing to do what others will not do to achieve what others cannot. Confidence comes from competence, and financial competence comes from taking control of your money right now, today. Walk with purpose, spend with purpose, and live with purpose, and the money will follow your lead inevitably. Your savings are your shield, protecting you from the unexpected disasters that life will inevitably throw at you. Your income is your sword, used to carve out a space for yourself in a crowded and competitive marketplace. Rise above the noise of the city and the complaints of the average, and set your sights on higher ground. The light is green, the road is open, and the vehicle of your financial strategy is ready to drive. Floor the gas pedal on your income and do not look back at the slow lane of mediocrity ever again. The world is your marketplace, and there are no limits to what you can earn if you provide value globally. Connect with others, learn from the best, and leverage the network of the internet to build your net worth. Deals are made in pixels now, not just boardrooms, so master the art of digital communication and negotiation. Money is fluid. It flows to where it is treated best. So treat your money with respect and discipline. Plant your feet firmly, stick to your principles, and weather the storms of market volatility with patience and calm. Consistency is the water that keeps your financial garden alive, so do not neglect your habits for a single day. The harvest will come, and it will be sweeter than anything you can buy with credit today, I promise you. Feast on the fruits of your labor later, but for now, be content with the bread and water of discipline. You will look back on these years of struggle as the defining moments that made you who you are. The trophy is freedom, the prize is time, and the winner is the version of you that refused to quit. Celebrate your small wins, but keep your eyes fixed on the ultimate prize of total financial sovereignty. Once you have climbed the mountain, throw down a rope to help others who are willing to make the climb. Your success will ripple out and change the lives of your family and your community for generations to come. Do it for them, do it for your future children, so they never have to experience the stress you feel. Your future self is watching you right now, hoping you make the right choice to sacrifice for their well-being. The clock is ticking, the world is moving, and you cannot afford to stand still for one more second. The time is now, the place is here, and the person who can change your life is looking at you. Get up, get moving, and start building the gap between your income and your ego starting this very moment. Stop watching, stop consuming, and start producing value that the market will pay you for handsomely and repeatedly. The road is steep, but your legs are strong, and your mind is ready for the challenge ahead of you. Clear the clouds of doubt from your mind and focus on the blue sky of opportunity that is right above. Fly high like the eagle, seeing the whole picture, and do not get caught in the traps of the mice below. Breathe in the air of possibility and breathe out the toxic smoke of fear and hesitation that holds you back. Stay focused, stay hungry, and stay disciplined, because the world belongs to those who can control their own impulses. Your hands are the tools of your trade, so put them to work building a masterpiece of a life. A paid-off home is a castle that no bank can take away from you, and that is true security. Protect your loved ones by being the financial rock that they can rely on when the world gets crazy. Turn the page on your past mistakes and start writing a new chapter of success and abundance today. The contract is signed, the commitment is made, and now the real work begins in the silence of your room. Fan the flames of your ambition until they become a roaring fire that burns away all obstacles in your path. Walk towards the light of freedom and leave the darkness of debt behind you forever, starting right now. This is Nick Wealth, signing off, reminding you to keep the gap wide, keep your ego low, and stay wealthy.